Ever felt like your financial life is, well, less a coherent plan and more just a jumbled mess?
Oh, definitely. Bills, debts, missed opportunities.
Yeah, like a chaotic
Yeah.
orchestra, you know, every instrument doing its own thing, and it just ends up sounding like one big off-key note.
A familiar feeling for many, I think. Just trying to keep your head above water.
Exactly. Well, today we're diving deep into a really transformative idea from our source material.
Hmm.
It basically says financial well-being isn't about those isolated instruments kind of flailing around.
Right.
Instead, it's all about orchestrating them,
Mhm.
turning them into a powerful, cohesive symphony.
I love that metaphor.
You too.
Mm.
So our mission for you today is to explore this perspective. How can it help you transform all that financial noise into something, well, harmonious,
Mm.
something fulfilling?
Precisely. And for this deep dive, we're looking at insights from a work called The Financial Symphony, Orchestrating Your Wealth. And the real value here, I think, is how this framework gives you kind of shortcut. It helps you get really well informed about managing your own finances effectively.
A shortcut, how so?
Well, it doesn't just list things to do. It gives you the whole score, the conductor's view, so you understand how the pieces interact.
Ah, so it's the why behind the what.
Exactly. You grasp the bigger picture much faster than just figuring it out bit by bit on your own.
Okay, let's unpack the symphony metaphor then, because it
Uh-huh.
really does shift how you think about money.
It does.
We often see our finances as this one big, overwhelming thing.
Just a lump sum of stress sometimes.
Right. But the Financial Symphony argues it's not like that. It's made of distinct parts, individual instruments, each with its own role.
Yeah, its own sound.
So the big question is, what are these instruments in our Financial Symphony?
Okay, so the source identifies 5 core ones. You've got income, expenses, savings, investments, and debt.
The big five.
The big 5. And it uses these great descriptions for their sound. Income, for instance, is the steady rhythm.
The foundation.
Exactly. The
Yeah.
consistent beat, your paycheck, maybe freelance income, that reliable flow setting the tempo,
Got it. What's next?
then expenses. The book calls these the sharp staccato.
Ooh, I can picture that, like little bursts.
Yeah. Sudden demanding notes, rent, groceries, that coffee,
Mhm.
they need immediate attention. And, if they're not managed, they can get really sharp, kind of overwhelming.
Totally. Okay, income, expenses.
Number 3 is savings. This is the swelling crescendo.
Ah, building up.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Deliberate accumulation over time. That growing volume signifies strength, opportunity, a powerful sound building for the future.
Nice. And investments.
Investments are the vibrant melody. This is the dynamic part, the expressive part, where your money can really sing and grow, creating these potentially rewarding patterns, if
Yeah.
guided well, of course.
The exciting part, maybe.
Could be. And finally, there's debt. The source calls this the dissonant hum.
Doesn't sound good.
Well, it's that note that, if it gets too loud or isn't managed, creates discord, tension, that uncomfortable background noise that kind of detracts from everything else.
Wow.
So just recognizing these distinct roles, their individual sounds, that's the crucial first step, understanding how they all play together.
Those descriptions really paint a picture.
Mm-hmm.
But here's where it gets really interesting for me.
Mm-hmm.
The source stresses their interdependence, how they all affect each other.
Mm-hmm.
We tend to look at income or debt separately.
Yeah, very true. We compartmentalize.
So how does the book show that connection? Why is understanding that interdependence such a game changer?
That's a great question because, that's where the real power is. The book uses an example like, imagine your expenses, the brass section maybe, just playing constantly fortissimo, really loud.
Okay.
Well, that overpowering spending doesn't just affect expenses. It can drown out the quieter stuff like your investments, the strings perhaps. It can mess up the rhythm of your savings, the percussion.
Ah, so it throws the whole thing off balance.
Exactly. The book is clear. Neglecting one instrument, like rampant spending, doesn't just make one bad note. It throws the entire symphony off key.
Right. It's not theoretical.
Not at all. It's tangible. If you spend more than you earn, that dissonant hum of debt gets louder, right? And the swelling crescendo of savings, it shrinks.
So it's about achieving a kind of harmonic balance across all of them. That's a potential aha moment right there.
Absolutely. And the flip side is true too. Boost your income, trim expenses strategically. You're not just fixing one note.
You're making space.
You're making space, giving your savings and investments more room to grow, to add to that vibrant melody. It really pushes you to think, how are these parts of my financial life already affecting each other?
In ways I maybe haven't even noticed.
Precisely. Seeing those ripple effects, that's moving from just listening passively to actively understanding the composition.
Okay, so we've identified the instruments, we understand they're interconnected,
Mm-hmm.
but they won't just harmonize on their own.
No, they need direction.
Someone has to lead. And the Financial Symphony is very clear. That conductor, it's you.
Yeah.
Your decisions, big or small, they dictate the whole performance. It's about stepping onto that podium, taking command.
Moving from passive listener to active maestro, as the book puts it.
I like that, active maestro. So what does being the conductor actually look like in practice?
Well, it means engaging in what the source calls strategic scoring.
Strategic scoring, like writing the music.
Essentially, yes. You're not just hoping for a good sound. You're actively creating the sheet music. And this involves some practical things.
Like what?
Like diligent budgeting. That's your blueprint. Understanding exactly where the money flows, which instruments are playing, how loudly.
Okay, the map.
Right. Then setting clear financial goals. These are like the movements of your symphony.
Ah.
Short-term goals might be fast, energetic. Long-term ones may be grand and sweeping.
Defining the piece.
Exactly. And finally, intentional allocation of resources. Deciding which instruments need more emphasis right now. Which ones contribute most to the sound you want to create.
That phrase, strategic scoring, sounds really empowering. But let's be honest, budgeting often feels restrictive, like a chore.
Totally, like a painful cello solo, maybe.
Huh. Yeah, something like that. Does the book offer ways to shift that mindset, turn constraint into, like, creative control?
It does. And what's fascinating here is how it reframes these tools. Budgeting isn't about deprivation, it argues. It's about giving each instrument a purposeful role.
Purposeful.
Yeah. Instead of just cutting back everywhere, you decide which parts of your life, which melodies you want to emphasize in your score.
So if I want a vacation,
Then that's a key melody. You might choose to deliberately say, mute some other expense staccatos, maybe evening out less, to give that vacation melody prominence.
so you're choosing the music.
You're choosing the music. You turn desires into actions. You gain control. You're composing, not just reacting.
And that shift from reactive firefighting to proactive planning, that seems huge.
It's foundational. If you're always just putting out fires, responding to crises, you're not conducting, you're just improvising under pressure.
Which is exhausting.
Terribly. By taking that conductor role, you can anticipate things, plan for opportunities, and make sure all your instruments are working together towards the sound you want, instead of fighting each other.
Okay, so we've got the instruments, we've stepped up as the conductor, we've written our score. But even the best orchestras need to practice, right?
Absolutely. Non-stop.
Which brings us to the rehearsal room idea in the book. How do we actually achieve perfect pitch? What does this ongoing refinement look like?
It really comes down to consistent practice. The source puts a lot of emphasis on this.
Practice how?
Through things like regular financial reviews. These are your rehearsals. You listen critically to how things are going, you track progress against your goals, and you make adjustments.
Like musicians running scales or working on a tough passage.
Exactly that. You have to keep revisiting the plan, honing your technique, and the book offers specific tuning up tips for each instrument too.
Well, like what? Give us an example.
Okay, so for expenses, instead of just brute force cutting, it talks about refining the instrumentation.
Ening.
Meaning maybe negotiating a better deal on your phone bill or insurance. You're not just playing quieter, you're finding a more efficient instrument to play that note, reducing dissonance.
Clever. What about savings?
For savings, the advice is automate your crescendo.
Let's set it, forget it.
Sort of. It's about setting up those automatic transfers. So your savings build reliably, consistently, that powerful crescendo growing almost without you thinking about it daily. It becomes a steady, supportive rhythm.
Okay. And investments. The melody.
For investments, it talks about building harmonic layers. This is basically diversification.
Spreading the risk.
Right, but framed musically. Think of orchestrating different sections, stocks, bonds, maybe real estate. Each section, each asset class plays a different role.
Like violins and cellos doing different things.
Exactly. Some provide stability, like maybe the bassoons of bonds. Others provide growth, the soaring violins of stocks. Together, they create a richer, more resilient harmony, not too reliant on any single instrument.
That's a much richer way to think about diversification than just pie charts.
Isn't it? It connects to the bigger picture.
It makes the why so much clearer. But importantly, the Financial Symphony acknowledges life isn't perfect.
Mm-hmm.
We will hit missed notes.
Inevitably.
We'll make mistakes.
Yeah.
So how does it encourage us to deal with that, to learn from those imperfections?
Crucially, it frames mastery as a journey, not a destination. There will be bumps, market shifts, unexpected life events, times your plan needs to pivot.
So don't just give up.
No. Embracing imperfections isn't about resignation. It's about resilience. It's about refining. Each missed note, maybe a budget slip-up, an investment that didn't pan out, is a chance to learn.
Okay.
Adjust your technique, maybe refine the score, even compose a new variation. It's about continuous improvement. That adaptation actually makes your symphony stronger, more robust over time.
The conductor learns from every performance.
Even the flawed ones.
Okay.
Especially the flawed ones, perhaps.
Right. Okay, so we've gone through the instruments, the conductor role, the rehearsal room. So what does this all mean? What's the payoff? The grand performance.
The culmination.
Yeah. Help us visualize what that really looks like, feels like.
The Financial Symphony paints it beautifully. The rewards aren't just about, a big bank balance. They're described as profound states of being,
Like what?
like peace of mind, freedom, and the ability to pursue your passions.
Okay, peace of mind.
That sounds good.
Less of that dissonant hum of worry.
Exactly. Internal harmony. Freedom is the ability to choose your own tempo in life, right? To conduct your life's movements without being constrained by money worries.
Making your own choices.
Yes. And pursuing passions. Having the resources to explore what truly excites you. Travel, learning, family time. Whatever your music is, it's the ultimate creative expression enabled by your financial work.
That sounds amazing. But the book also mentions sharing the music. It's not just about personal gain.
No, and that's a really important point it makes. A well-orchestrated financial life isn't just a solo act. It can become about collective well-being.
How so?
Well, sharing the music could be providing a strong foundation for your family, maybe helping with education, enriching their lives,
Okay.
or it could be broader, supporting causes you care about, maybe investing back into your community. Your financial composition resonates outwards, enriching others.
Creating ripples.
Positive ripples, exactly.
And that connects to this really profound idea it touches on,
Yeah.
a lasting legacy.
Mm-hmm.
The idea that your financial symphony can keep playing, keep resonating, even for generations. That's wow.
It really is. And this raises an important question, doesn't it, for you, the listener?
Which is?
What kind of testament do you want your financial life to be? The book encourages thinking of it as crafting an enduring composition.
Not just managing money day to day.
Exactly. Your intentional choices could fund future opportunities, maybe start something philanthropic, or just provide that stable, harmonic base for your family long term. It's about looking beyond the immediate.
And seeing your financial journey as part of something bigger.
Something enduring. A meaningful legacy that keeps playing a positive tune long after you've, put down the baton.
What an incredible way to frame it all. We've really covered a lot today. From the individual instruments
Income, expenses, savings, investments, debt,
to stepping up as the conductor with that strategic score.
budgeting, goals, allocation,
Putting in the work in the rehearsal room.
the reviews, the tuning up.
And finally, envisioning that grand performance.
The
Peace of mind, freedom, legacy.
whole symphony.
Yeah. Our promise was to help you turn financial noise into harmony. And I really feel this framework from the Financial Symphony gives us a powerful way to do that.
It truly does. It offers such a potent lens.
Yeah.
And maybe as you reflect on this deep dive, just consider this. Which instrument in your financial symphony needs the most attention right now, this week? Is it the sharp staccato expenses, the swelling crescendo of savings, or maybe that vibrant melody of investments needs some tuning?
Good question.
Or even simpler, what's one small, concrete step you can take today? Just one thing to pick up that conductor's baton and start directing your financial future with a bit more intention.
Start composing.
Start composing, shaping the next movement of your unique financial score. Because, ultimately, the music of your financial life, it's yours to write.